What's up? It's your boy Turner Vapes here from American Vape News and Reviews. Very excited today. I'm going to get my chance to review this beautiful little product here called the Revenant. You guys better stay tuned. Check this thing out, man. This is going to be phenomenal. Roll the intro. Hey!
Bird machine. Check.
Alright guys, like I said, I'm very excited for this review. This is a very new, innovative product from Smkon. This is called the Revenant RDA. I'm going to show you some unboxing. I took the case off because of the glare and the camera with the lights. But on the package here, on the back of it, if I can get the box back together, on the backs it says 41 by 25 millimeter RDA. This is made out of anodized black stainless steel. Comes with an RDA and one bag of spare parts. It does come with a scratch off authenticity code. You can go to their website, and it also gives a toll-free telephone number that you can call to verify that this product is 100% authentic. Inside the package we have one Revenant RDA. I'm going to show you something that this RDA does that you won't see on any other product. Underneath the packaging, we pull this out. We have our bag of goodies, which includes the hex key. You have a, I'm going to call this a chuff plug. I'll explain that in a little bit. You got a bag of O-rings, and you have a full set of 4 grub screws in case you ever have to replace one. Always keep the bag inside the box. Always keep the box. You may end up needing that someday, and you'll be really mad at yourself if you don't have it. So I'm going to bring you guys in here just a little bit closer so that we can take a good look at what this product is, what it offers, and what is unique about it. Here we have the Revenant RDA fully assembled. Front here we have the skull with the cowboy hat. It's got a couple 6-shooters, nice little western look. On the back side we have Smkon on the top cap, and we have Revenant on the body. Nice conical shaped chuff here. Top cap, we're going to twist it off. Everything's machined pretty well. The O-rings are still a little dry, so the getting everything on and off is a little bit tricky right now. There, we get a little better zoom. So we got a conical shape top here. Get that vapor right where you want it. You see that notch there in the where the chuff comes in. If you grab your hex key, push on that, the actual tip comes out here, and you can replace it. I'll show you that here in just a minute. So we got the body. I have lubricated the RDA build deck O-rings to get the body on and off a little easier for the review. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 notches on the bottom. Those are for the airflow. This is a bottom airflow device. It's a 25 millimeter outside diameter. And here is the build deck. Again, you see 4 air inlets across the bottom. Build deck, you see 2 great big open places for air to come up underneath the coil. Now, what you'll notice is that you can't really do much. You can't get to these screws the way they are. It is a nice low profile, but if you look, I can get a hold of this, turn the build deck itself, There. See how it's kind of notched out from there to there? Now, this is a little bit tricky for somebody without fingernails. Grab a hold of this and it pulls straight up. Brings the drip wells up. Now, the build deck is nice and raised. If you look through the air hole, let me try to get it in the light a little better. There. You can see the 510 is no longer connected to the positive post. You push this back down in there, and we now have a protruding 510. You can see it in there. So, if you're building with this on your device, you will notice that when you raise, once you raise this build deck up, your device will say atomizer not found, or no atomizer, or something to that effect. So now we have our 4 screws that we can easily get to, grub screws, and you have your 2 negative and your 2 positive posts, nicely insulated all the way around the positive there. One thing I did notice, I typically will build my coils with my right hand. I'll start on the left side and wrap over and away from my left hand. With this device, I'm going to call it a left-handed coil. You're going to need to start your coil on the right side and wrap it over and to the left. That'll get your right side lead on the right and the other lead on the left. If you do it the opposite direction, the way I normally do, your left side lead is going to be this way and your right side lead will be toward the center. So, it took me a minute to figure that out. Very nicely constructed here. Nice large air holes. I'll put up some pictures with all the measurements. So, let's go ahead and get a build in this. See how easy it is to build on. Alright guys, I got the Revenant sitting here on the Sifu B-tab. It's going to be the device we use today to build our coil. First of all, I did want to show you, we talked about the 510 pin and how when you raise the deck, the 510 does not make contact. So when you try to fire your device, you'll see it says check atomizer. Once we get the build done, we'll push that back down, turn it clockwise, lock it in, and you will once again have a nice solid 510 connection. I talked to you guys about, move this out of the way for a second, the right hand versus left hand coil building techniques. As you can see, when I built this coil, I had to start on the right hand side of the screwdriver, and I wrapped to the left. That's why I'm calling this a left-handed screwdriver, left-handed coil. Had I started the other way, I would have ended up with my coil backwards. There's no negative post over here for it. So this is going to be a very straightforward build. It's a little bit of an awkward angle for me, but we're going to get it in there anyway. Hopefully I can see what I'm doing. Probably going to need to trim that lead up a little bit. It's always fun trying to do a build on camera. Get our coil in place. We're just going to lock her down with the grub screws. Just going to get it snug for a minute. We'll tighten everything up here when we get done. Flip around to the other side. Not difficult to build on. It's a pretty straightforward little atomizer as far as to build the deck and the way everything works. Snug it up on that wire. We do want to keep everything centered over top of that air slot. That way we're getting a nice even amount of air around the coils. Pretty easy. So there, first coil's in. We'll go ahead and flip it around. I'll get the other coil in. Then we will be back to look at how to lock everything down. Okay guys, there are two things I want to show you real quick before I get this other coil in. You see this massive sized opening for your airflow. This measures 8 millimeters wide, 3.5 millimeters deep. This is a massive amount of airflow for this small little device. The other thing I wanted to show you, if you look at the coil I already have inserted, you see how the lead comes out the bottom? We'll be able to trim that up here in a minute. The other side, the positive, you see how the lead, get a little zoom, get a little focus here. See the lead down in there. That's not going to be a problem because that entire build deck is going down. But if it was any longer than that, I would have needed to trim that up before I placed my coils. That's just something to keep in mind. Here we go. The build has been installed. See, nice and even all the way around, minus the liquid there. One side's a little bit higher than the other one, but for the sake of the review, it'll work. So now that the build is in, we're simply going to push her down inside the deck. I just centered everything up, got the hot spots out so it's a little warm, and we're just going to lock it into place. So there we go, and now we've got a solid 510 back. So let's go ahead and put it back on the Sifu. Nice long connection there. Let's see if we can get that into focus a little bit. And let's see how it fires up. This build coming in right now at 0.2 ohms. Pretty evenly fired. Get you a little dark shot here. So we'll get ourselves a little bit of wicking in there, guys. Nice deep wells for some cotton to fit down in there. See it here. I do not have a measurement on the liquid wells, but they appear to be 10 to 12 millimeters deep, close to ½ an inch. So we get some cotton in it, and we're gonna vape on this bad boy. Liquid for today's review has been provided by Vape Crusaders. This flavor is called Found Art. It is an absolute phenomenal liquid. There's going to be a link in the description down below. I want you guys to go check that out. You won't be disappointed. It's top line premium. This is the top shelf of the vape world. So, gonna go straight through the coils, let it soak in a little bit, give it a fire, pull in the liquid. We're gonna soak this native wicks from the inside out. Doesn't take long. Yeah, we're getting some delicious smelling vapor rolling off here. You can start to see the wick get nice and saturated. Do it like this, you don't have any break-in on any cotton that I've tried, whether it be cotton bacon, cotton candy, Cotton Candy Wicks, Cotton Candy Collection, Native Wicks, Japanese Organic. This is what I found to be the absolute best way to break in that wick. Give her a fire. And look at her just bubbling. That's amazing. Let's see how the vaping is. We're at 68 watts on the C-Fubi tab. Delicious flavor. I'm a fan of bottom airflow. I know a lot of people who don't care for it. I'm a fan. I'm typically not a fan of the fluid that we lose through the bottom airflow, and these are very large airflow holes as I showed you guys. But I'm not seeing any liquid coming out the bottom. It's a very well put together thing. Delicious. I do like this. I like this because we got a lot of products coming out in this market that have the same old design internally. Out externally, you might put a different picture on it, whatever. But the internals of this thing are unlike anything I've vaped on. The way the deck rises, a little bit different style build deck. It's kind of a twist on some things we've seen before. But I've never seen one that actually raises up, get your build in, pop it back down in for a nice low profile build deck. 4 different air hole slots are adjustable by rotating the barrel. So there you see we're half open. All in all, it performs. It's not hard to build on. It was fun. I will say the one thing that I wish was a little different when that build deck was raised up and I was building on it, didn't take much pressure to get it to push down. So we need to come up with a way possibly to twist it while it's up, lock it in position. The chuff, the Darren chuff here, the tip raises up high enough above the build deck to keep your lips away from too much heat. You're getting a lot of airflow coming up through there. It's a beautiful product, guys. We're going to post some links down below, places that you can go and pick one of these up for yourself. We're going to try to get the pricing information. We're going to put links in for Vape Crusaders. We're going to put links in for that Native Wicks. Guys, check out Smkon. They've got some very interesting products coming out. This is the first one we're reviewing. We have a couple more. Very intrigued by their company. I like the innovative things they're doing. Check it out, guys. Revenant RDA. Go get you one. Check it out. Turner Vapes. American Vape News and Reviews. Thank you guys for watching. Keep on vaping. Keep fighting that good fight. Let's get advocating. Let's get all of those important pieces of legislature passed so we can continue this hobby, this lifestyle that we have come to love called vaping. Turner Vapes. Peace. We do have a scratch off authenticity code, and